Good afternoon. Today's topic of discussion is going to be the 2014 National Real Estate Trends and Projections. This is Dale Snyder with the Snyder Group, Team-Driven Real Estate, Keller Williams Realty here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, what are we projecting for 2014? So, as this slide shows, 2012 was the year of recovery nationally. 2013 is tagged as the year of stabilization for the housing market. And as we've talked about many times, it's when the month supply of inventory is around 5 to 6 months, we're in a stable market. That's what we reached in 2013. And 2014 is being tagged as the year of growth, specifically with the economy as a whole. All right, so let's first dive into the economy, what's going on nationally and how that's going to impact us. All right, you'll see from this slide here, basically the states in the darkest green are projected to have the greatest economic recovery based on GDP, gross domestic product. Nevada's looking to have a great year. 2014 is being tagged by Trulia as the year of the repeat home buyer. And we're seeing this already with lots of transition. There's a lot of people that have equity in their home now, or they're at least in a position where they can make a transition. And with interest rates being so low, which we're going to touch on in a moment, this is motivating a lot of repeat home buyers and sellers to get into the market. Millennials, you could Google it to get more specifics, but that's around 20 to 30-year-olds. They're going to make up a big segment of the market. So a lot of first-time home buyers, and that's also going to bring a lot of renters into the marketplace as well. So this is a quote from Christopher Herbert, from the research director at the Joint Center. Well, I think it's a basic question of supply and demand. When you have that many more renters coming into the market looking for housing, and the supply of housing isn't responding as quickly as it might, that's going to push rents up even if incomes are low. So that's tying into the millennials, the 20 to 30-year-olds that are either going to be buying or going into rentals. We're going to see a big surgence of that in 2014. All right. So Sean Donovan from the Security of Housing and Urban Development quote is, "We are in the midst of the worst rental affordability crisis that this country has known." This one took me by shock, actually, when I first read it. I didn't anticipate seeing this being put out there, but I guess it makes sense with all the millennials coming into the marketplace, the 20 to 30-year-olds going into rentals and having less of a supply. If you just look at the amount of rental properties purchased last year, there's not as many of them in the marketplace. Okay, so existing home sales. What I'd like you to focus on here is just look at seasonal trends. Look at November 2011, November 2012, and November 2013. It's common, right? We see the tapering off of sales during the holiday season. All right, this slide here shows the year-over-year percent change in housing sales. The reason I wanted to include this slide is because some of the information I've been seeing in the media is just so inaccurate. They spin stuff, so it confuses the consumers. If it confuses us, it definitely confuses the consumer. So it says we're down 10% year over year in sales. Well, the reason we're down is because we didn't have any homes to sell. You know, we had this in November, December, January, February, March of last year. We had nothing to sell, so that's why we were down. So just want to make sure you're aware of that. This slide is the pending home sales. The thing I want to point out here is look at November of last year, the way it really dropped, and then it spiked up in January. Well, look at from October to November, there was a slight trend upward. We actually had a pretty busy December, I know nationally, talking with other of my colleagues in other markets, and the market's, it's slamming right now. I mean, we got a lot of buyers in the marketplace, so we expect that to see a huge surgence up again. Okay, so we chose to break this video down into two segments because it's a little bit longer video, so be sure to click on the link here to catch part 2 and the summary of what we project for 2014 in the national real estate market.